Hello, everyone. Good morning. It is Sunday, September 11th, and I am Laurie Baracco. And this morning, I am going to be selecting card polls for messages for everyone that I can't say for everyone. I shouldn't say for everyone. For those who have submitted questions and then have questions in the comment area. I know that there will be quite a few people who will be joining me live here. So I'm going to do my best to connect and answer questions for those who have submitted questions ahead of time and during this event. I am expecting at least, I don't even know, maybe a dozen or two questions here. So in the meantime, if you could say hello, let me know who's here. So if you're joining me in the Facebook group, my private Facebook group, and or on my Facebook page, please type in your name because it's not quite saying who this is. I know there's a little pop-up that pops up for StreamYard that it lets you know what lets you sign in with your name. Basically, that's what it says. So I see a few people have said good morning, and it just shows me Facebook user. So good morning, friends. And so I am, oh, hi, Debbie Collins. And so I am live here, connected through a few different platforms. I'm live here in my Astro Lounge, Laurie Baracco's Astro Lounge. I'm live on my Laurie Baracco business page. I am also live on YouTube. Hello, good morning. Hi there, Ginger. Hi there, Michelle and Sandy and Joe. Good morning, everyone. It is, as I mentioned, it is Sunday, September 11th, and this most certainly is a day of remembrance, and we're just coming off of the heels of a full moon, and we are in the Mercury retrograde cycle as well. And I will say this, with this full moon in Pisces, oh my, there is a lot of emotion. There's a lot of confusion, a lot of illusion kind of coming to the surface, as I had mentioned. Yesterday, I did a little live on the full moon and Mercury retrograde, and oh my. So the card spread that I shared was a 3-card spread. The first card is what is an illusion? The second card position is what is real? And the third card position was where is my soul leading me? So at this time, we're going to continue to experience the filtering out of confusion, limited perspectives, and seeing where we're at as well as others too. All right, I see some more of the comments. Hi there, Donna Matson. Good morning. And Anne, rainy Ohio. I think it's going to be rainy here in Southwest Florida. I got my weather alert. Also, Donna Phillips. Good morning. I did want to mention, so I might need to hold on to a crystal because as I was setting the space before going live, oh my gosh, I always use my Oracle oil by Star Child, and it just poured out, and I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. So we'll see what happens, right? So I'm sure I'm going to need to ground really well before I go out front with Jody out front. Hello, Moon Goddess from California. Alrighty, so as I usually begin my lives or my classes or my sessions by setting the space, and I'm going to set the space with some sage here. And this morning I am at the Bonita Springs Mystical Moon, and I will be working today out front with Jody. Jody and I will be out front, and at the Fort Myers store we have Amy and Tina, and Jenny's available for sessions, and here Jennifer is. I don't know if she has any availability left. But anywho, let's all take a moment, right? Oh yeah. Can you see all that smoke? I don't know if you can see it. It's a smoking. So let's all just take a moment with setting our space and taking a moment to center ourselves and bringing in the light. And as we bring in the light, it helps to diffuse any negativity or stress that may be holding us captive in a loop of our thoughts and our emotions. Take a moment to honor yourself with how far you've come, and where you're at, where you didn't think you could make it to the place that you're at right now, calling in the light, having it create a sacred container for ourselves and our sacred tribe and community that stretches beyond the physical into the ethers, the realms, the world wide web, the worldwide psychic web, connecting us and as a tribe that supports and cares about each other, that honors each other, that holds space for the healing journey of each other. And I ask to be a channel of wisdom and light from the higher realms as I set forth the inquiries on behalf of those who are tuned in today. And so it is. And so it is. All right. I think my sage just went out, so that's perfect timing. All right. So good morning. I see more friends have joined. Hello. Good morning. I am Laurie Baracco. And before I get started with the messages, I did want to mention that this week through my newsletter, Bree and I had created a May Bon ritual workbook. So if you haven't already signed up for my newsletter, please do so. I'm going to add the this week's predictions, but here's my website. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. That's where you're going to get channelings from spirit, the upcoming events, and that May Bon workbook, which is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So yeah, good morning. Hi there, Luba. Good morning. All right. So, wow, I already have had quite a few questions that had popped up before the live. And so I did want to say this, that it's quite possible that I might not make it to your question. I'm sorry, it might happen. It might happen. And so with that being said, you may find that some of the message or messages that are being shared through another person's inquiry, they may resonate with you. And so that's where I know that these group formats can really support all of us on our journey. It can help us with planting seeds, receiving a different perspective, and helping us to be supported in this container. And so with that, I also want to add this point too, that when the space is set, and again, it exists beyond this physical realm than me in this room here at the Bonita Springs Mystical Moon. And with that intention, it is enveloping everyone here that's tuned in, whether you're tuning in live or afterwards. And so this portal has been created and been set by me with the intention to hold the vibration for the anchoring of information, consciousness, the answers to our inquiries, and activating codes of ascension within us. And that's why so many people love coming to group events. And the truth of the matter is, you don't have to physically be in that space. You can connect through the web. And that's what's so wonderful about modern technology. We can connect through the web, and you can receive the downloads with the intention of being in this sacred container. So I know sometimes it's nicer to be in person, to connect in person, and to see the people, and even like with Pam's gorgeous altars, to see those altars in person, to be in that frequency. But we can connect and expand ourselves with intention and astrally travel and link in with those energies as well. Okay, so I wanted to say that. All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Laurie. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, everyone. So I am going to, this is what we're going to do. So this is how it's going to roll or flow. So I already have a document here that I have open on a tab with some of the questions that have been asked before. They were posted in the private Facebook group. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of toggle back and forth. I'm going to read a question and select a card for that question. I'm going to read first. I'm going to start with the questions that I posted. I'm going to select a card and share the answer. And then with the comments here, if someone posts a question, I will answer that. I'm going to toggle back and forth. And let's see what we can do within this next hour. Okay. I probably will be wrapping it up by 5 to 12. So 11:55. I'm going to be wrapping it up, and then I'm going to select messages through this deck. This is a new deck. This is the Water Temple Oracle that we just got in. So that's for the select 3 at the end of our gathering. Good morning, Angie, and good morning, Karen. So good to see everybody here. All right, so I was drawn to work with this really lovely, fun, large deck. It's the original Rider-Waite Tarot from 1909. It's not from 1909, but it's the design from them. And it is a circular deck, and it has the images on here. Okay, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a shuffle. So this is the deck I was guided to use this morning. I was going to work with the Soul Cats, but I heard work with me. So today we're working with this deck. They are very cool, aren't they? Okay, so first I am going to go to the first question here that was submitted. So I'm going to toggle. Remember, I'm going to toggle back and forth. So the first question that I have here is from Angie, and she has a question she posted, and that is any messages for Paul and I from our loved ones that have passed. So I'm going to select a card from this Rider-Waite circular deck. So whenever working with any divination tool, you always want to set the space with a prayer of intention, which I already did. And I'd like to take a moment and move into the energy and allow my hands to be guided. And I'm just going to select a card, and I'm going to share the message. So this is for Angie. And the question was about if there were any messages from anyone on the other side for Paul and she. And good morning. I see more comments. Hello, Joe. Hello, Judy. All right. So this is the card that I selected, Angie. It is the Chariot card, which is also a Cancer sign. So I'm going to say, and I did want to, hold on, let me put the message on pause. And so I'm probably not going to go into 5-10 minute readings. I'm going to do more of kind of a rapid fire type of message session. Okay. So Angie, here it, and the message may resonate with other people too. So Angie, there's someone who had passed from cancer that is coming through and saying hello. And I want to say that it's a female energy. This is a female energy who loved the 70s. She passed from cancer. And I actually am going to the head area. So Angie, I'm going to say that she is wanting me to share the message about the over analyzing and the stress that's been being caused with the headaches for the person that's here. She is saying that there's someone here who has hormonal issues, and that's causing headaches and stress, and that you need to take care of yourself. She sends her love. She's giving me hugs and kisses. And I want to go with the reference of Winnie the Pooh with this woman in spirit. So there's her message. She says hello, but someone has to really watch their hormones, and the hormonal imbalance is causing the headaches in the head. Okay. All right. So then the next question, hold on here. So up here, I don't know who this question is. It's a Facebook user. And this is, what does Spirit want me to know about my love journey? All right, let's see. I'm going to do that again. Let's see where the hands go and the message comes from. The message will come through. So I know a lot of times people say, oh, I'm so concerned that I'm not going to pick the right card. We always pick the right card. And the intention is to bring through the message with as clear vibration and not as much of, and hardly any filter of the personality self. Okay, so this card is upside down, my friend. So this has to do with your question about what does Spirit want me to know about my love journey? So this is the 9 of Cups reversed. So what they want you to know is that you've been kind of settling. Like I feel like you go to two extremes. You go between being really selective, and then you go to not taking your time and being and being not selective enough, right? So they're showing me that there is this balance that's trying to come in for you. And I'm hearing take your hands off the wheel, set your intentions, and allow your body, your feelings to help you with the resonance of that relationship or the interaction with people. So I feel like you're going through with that pendulum is swinging to being really picky and choosy. And then the other one is like having no specifications or expectations. Yeah, they're saying that there is the middle space. You're going to find a happy middle, but we might keep doing this for a little while. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to move that one. All right. I see some comments here, still more comments. Good morning, good morning, good morning, friends. Okay, I'm just reading Angie's comment. That's her with the hormones. You're welcome. Does the woman in spirit, who I feel that she had a very strong personality that passed from cancer, does that resonate? I'm going to ask if that makes sense or resonates. Oh yeah, lots of. Okay, so I see a lot of people. Okay, so I'm gonna No. Okay. So don't forget though that some of the people that come through are in-laws, and some of them may have been gone for a long time. This female was showing me that 70s music and that era, loving that. So, but Angie says her dad had cancer in the head. I believe your father's around, but this woman is really coming in very strongly. And someone else says that that cancer woman resonates with me. So it might be a couple of messages there for someone else too. And that can happen. It can happen that that someone has a very strong personality and they want to be heard. Okay. All right. I'm going to go to the next question, which is, Barb, any messages from my mom and dad? And I'm missing them terribly. Oh, I'm sure you are. Yeah. Okay, let's see, Barb. Away we go. Gonna move into the energy. I'm feeling pulled to the back of the deck here. Actually, I pulled two cards here. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So like these cards, I did shuffle these cards. So these cards are often right next to each other. So hang on, let me just see what I'm getting for Barb with her parents. They are okay. First, I see your mom really connected with flowers. I feel like she's always been connected with you with gardening and flowers. She's showing me all of that. And then your father is wanting to talk about you slowing things down, meaning that you're trying to wrap everything all up at once. And he says sometimes you got to do a little bit at a time. You have to sort through it a little bit at a time rather than pluck, 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 pluck everything away that's not working all at once. He's saying you can't just do that a whole big fell swoop. He says that's not going to help. He says slow it down. He's giving me the month of November. I feel like your dad kind of is like moving forward, front and center. He's giving me around the time of November where I feel that there's more of closure and wrapping things up towards that time. And for you to just, he says, try not to micromanage everything. And I've got a white fluffy kitty around them too. I've got a really white fluffy kitty. So I don't know if this is a kitty that you've had that's in spirit, but they're showing me white cat all around them. Okay. I'm going to pop on over here. Let's see what else we've got. Did that one. All right. So this one is for Nicole. And her question is, I'm planning to move in the next month. Good idea or stay put for now? I'm hearing that it is a good idea. It is, I'm hearing, yes, it is a good idea. But sometimes as we have that idea set into motion, the timing might be stretched out a little bit. And that's what I'm seeing for you. I see a little bit of a stretching out of time with that for you, Nicole. So yeah, what a great card. You have the eight of yeah, sorry. The Eight of Cups. This is moving on. And I'm feeling it's really bittersweet. It really is. And oftentimes a move and a change, it's like, I want to, but then maybe there are memories, or the reason why I'm leaving or moving or making this change is because I've been, I feel like my hand has been forced or I don't have any options. So it is a wise decision to get that ball rolling, set those plans into motion. So I get a yes for you. And I just feel like the timing might be stretched out a little bit. Okay. It's good to have plans. It really is. But to be hyper focused or trying to control the timing of things or how it comes together, that's where we get lost and we get tripped up into things, into disappointment and frustration. I'm just checking out some of the comments here. All right. You're welcome, Barb. And you're welcome, Nicole. Okay, so I'm going to pop on to here. So this is from Miss Shirley. Shirley has a question, and she just is asking to hear a message. Oh, looking forward to hearing the wonderful messages that Spirit has for us. So let's see what wonderful message Spirit has for you. Oh, I'm going to move this down now. Okay. All right, Miss Shirley. Let me just move my cord up here because I probably will need to plug in my device. All right, Miss Shirley, let's see. Actually, right off the bat, as I was doing that, it was like I felt like I needed to stretch out my shoulder a little bit. So this is like there's some muscle stuff here. This has been a message I've heard for so many people lately, and it has to do with antihistamines. Foods that create histamines are causing a lot of inflammation in the body. And I'm feeling that maybe you might need to eat a little bit more of a blander food and diet, have more of a blander diet for yourself, because it feels like I really want to go to your shoulders and some of these muscles here. They need and I know that you have a very physical job, but they're showing me that the balance, the pH needs to be balanced a little bit more so for you and your system. And they're bringing up like hummus and stuff. I don't know why I'm seeing hummus, but maybe they're like the type of hummus or it looks like hummus or the dip stuff that you have, right? Sometimes we have vegetables with hummus or something like that, a mixed up blend. I'm hearing for you to watch that a little bit. Oh, look, we've got the Cancer card again. So this is the Chariot. So this is balance. So finding balance for yourself at this time. They're showing me a scenario, and this has to do with conversations that you have been having, and this is reinforcing that stance of you having your goals and having conversations with others, and you needing to communicate and to be a little bit more direct with your verbiage. And I feel like you're being pulled in different directions, and they're saying no to if someone doesn't hear you, if they're not hearing you, just state it, be as direct with grace as possible, and then move on. I just keep feeling like she has to keep repeating herself over and over. Just stay true to that, okay? And I'm hearing stick to your guns, okay? And they want me to say Annie. So I feel like I'm still with you, Shirley, with that. So I'm gonna share that. Okay, next is someone from the group here. Let me scroll back up. Alrighty. So I am sure that some of these messages are resonating with others here. Okay, here we go. So this question is from Sandy, and the question is, should I continue to reside here in Florida? Let's see what Spirit has to say. A lot of people are thinking about moving these days, aren't they? It's like, okay, now that for the most part, lockdowns are kind of in behind us, right? So now I've regrouped, I've got my um wise self in tune here, right? We've reevaluated things. So that's interesting. That flicker of light, they're like, right? The recalibrations. And so now I'm going to make some decisions. I'm going to make some changes. I am ready to make changes. And I'm not making these changes just because I am being triggered and I'm in an awkward place. So here's your answer, Sandy. This is the Two of Cups reversed. Is there someone that, like, are you in relationship? Because they're showing me that because of another party, you're thinking you might want to move, or you might want to think about that, or that other person wants to make that move or to make a change. So I'm hearing that it might be a good time to see what else is out there. And I just feel like there's this pull because of someone else or something else that is like calling you, like that calling. I don't feel a move like right away. I felt like there will be more more drop in information that'll drop into your field of awareness to help you with making that decision for yourself. Okay, so it looks like there is probably a change for you. Oh, your sick mother. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, I'm feeling like there is that change for you. And I'm sorry your mom is not well. All right, Ann C has a question. Any messages from the distant grandmother that I've been working so hard to learn more about lately? Okay, let me get back here. Let me get off of this, right? So this was here. I still am going to probably in the future have someone help me with some of this. Okay, so there we go. All right, so what I had was this visual and of tea leaf scrying. Have you ever scried with tea leaves? So the message that this grandmother has for you is for you to sit with tea, breathe in the aromas, and allow yourself to receive the messages. Open up that channel for the messages from her. She was saying that she is a lot like you, right? And vice versa. You are a lot like her. There are some similarities with your opinion and your opinions and your stance on certain matters that come up. It's like, she would have said that. It's like, I would have said that too. I would have done that same thing. I would have had that same response. So the card that I selected was this Three of Pentacles. And she is saying that you are on the right track. She's saying that she's validating that you are exactly where you need to be with your quest for this information. She said, you're making progress, just keep at it. And with that Three of Pentacles, it's also the message of, oh, we see you and we're acknowledging the hard work that you have put forth, and you're on the right pathway for the information that you're seeking. And I feel like there's going to be probably a break. Most likely there will be a break where it's like, oh, I found gold and treasure with some of this information. They're giving me more time towards the time of spring with that. Okay. All righty. So I hope that resonates. All right, so now I'm gonna go to, okay, this person, I don't know your name. So this is a Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. Good morning, open to receive any messages. Okay, my friend, my mystery friend. Okay, so this is your message. You have the 10 of Cups. Okay, so the 10 of Cups. What a wonderful message. So, they're saying that there's some news in the family. There's some really great news to celebrate that's coming up, and in the way of their the younger person we've been worried about. They're saying the younger person that you and other people in the family have been worrying about is about to turn a corner and it's like ground themselves. So there's some really great news within the family that's like, whoo, we don't have to worry about that situation as much. And I'm also hearing that there's a birthday in the middle of October that they're acknowledging, and they're saying happy birthday. When I say they, it's those on the other side. So I'm seeing a lot of ancestors. So there have been so many questions I can see popping up here and in my pre-list of questions, people wanting to connect with the other side and wondering how they're doing and wondering if there's a message from them. When we connect with the ancestors, when we honor the ancestors, then we strengthen that energetic cord of that bonding, of that connection with them. So honoring them, which would be creating an altar, maybe talking to a picture, holding a piece of jewelry, journaling with them, speaking to them, connecting with them with your heart, putting your hands on your heart and asking them for a message, to receive their messages, to feel their presence, if it's the highest and most best good of all. So that creates that link of love and that bond. It strengthens it, right? And sometimes they're not available. That is the truth. Sometimes they're not available. They're busy sometimes. Okay. Good morning, everybody. And Anne says, I see more friends tuning in. Anne says, thank you so much. And thank you, dear grandmother. Wonderful. I'm so glad that we were able to connect in that way. All right, I'm going to go to another question here. Okay, Donna P. All right. So Donna P's question is, hello, Laurie. I'm moving to Minnesota on the 6th of October, and I hope you can tell me how that's going to go. Let's see. We'll pull a card, right? Take a moment to tune in. Oh, these cards. These are kind of, even though I shuffled, these are a little stuck together. I want to go with this one. Okay. Okay, actually, I have two cards that popped up. And yes, they stuck together. And yes, I did shuffle them. So we have the 10 of Pentacles and we have the 9 of Pentacles. So what that tells me, Donna, is that the change is a good one. And I feel like there is like the completion of a cycle. So are you or someone in the family, we're making this move for a better financial experience, for a job opportunity, for an investment, the cost of living. Like they're just showing me that it's a really wise and solid decision. And they're showing me the completion of where you are right now, where you're living, and then moving to the new space. It feels like there still is a little bit, like there's a few more experiences before we wrap things up, even after you make that move. And that 9 of Pentacles says, I am happy. I am happy. I'm able to celebrate my hard work and enjoy my physical reality. And they're also showing me that that move is better on your body too. So it's a wise decision. Is it going to be super easy? No, because I do see a lot of work. It feels like there's a lot. Yeah, moving is always, it can usually, most of the time, usually, it's a difficult mental, emotional, and physical journey. But I'm feeling like we feel better about this. It feels like this is the right move. Okay. And in that picture too, there's a falcon. I feel like there's something about the falcon too that they want me to acknowledge for you. And I'm sorry, I use my hands a lot. I apologize because I could see myself going all around with this here. All righty. I'm going to find another question here. So this one is for, Okay. Wait, I did do that, right? Yeah, no. Okay. Sorry. Going back with you. Okay, so this question's from Christy, and her question is, what can I expect on the career front? I'm first of all, I hear a lot of cleanup, right? On the career front, it feels like there is a lot of working with the weeds. So plucking the weeds, cleaning up maybe some other people's messes, and a lot of it feels like we got to start over with some things. First, we got to clean up the mess and then see what we have to work with. All right. And so the card you have is the 9 of Swords. So they want me to talk about the fact that there's only so much time in the day, and that it feels like everything's happening at once in your life. I feel with your career, they're showing me there's only so much you can do, right? So we do our job, and so we complete the things we need to complete for the day, and then they're saying to try to separate that for when you're home and you're with family and your you time. Create more boundaries with that, meaning that sometimes you have to change the channel, shift the channel, change the station, so that you're not in this loop of anxiety. So, and that's what happens to us, is that the stressors that we have can hold us hostage, and we keep going thinking about the same thing over and over. And what are we doing then? We're emphasizing, and we are empowering the things that we're stressing about. So Christy, they're saying it's going to get a lot more interesting. I see a lot of work ahead of you. However, I do see that it's like it feels like there's a mentor or somebody coming in to help you with your career, to help you with a different perspective. And they're saying to not be shy and ask more questions. And don't be afraid to seek out someone who you would like to model yourself after. Okay? All right. Hope that helps. Alrighty, I am going to go up here to the next question that I have here. I am going to, as I mentioned earlier, when I first signed on, that I'm going to wrap up the questions and the answers, the question and answer messages by 5 till, so 11:55. Okay, so the next person's question is from Sean Jean. Any messages from loved ones who have passed? And I did pull a card for you. And this card is the World card. So I'm going to say that there's someone who loved to travel, that's in spirit, that's wanting to come through. And it feels like they were a world traveler, but I also kind of felt like I want to go on like the kind of cruise kind of experience. Like I feel like they were a cruiser. They loved cruising. And I'm wanting to drink my beverage. So I felt like they liked a cocktail here and there. While they were cruising or traveling, and they are saying they have no regrets about how they lived life. They experienced it all, they enjoyed it. And actually want to go with this person. I want to go to the age of, it feels like that they transitioned in their 60s. And so their message to you, Sean, is to get out there and experience life, and to not be afraid to take some chances. You're playing it too safe is what they're saying. Okay. All right, I'm going to read some of my comments here. And Christy, you're very welcome. All right, so I'm going to pop on up here to more of my questions. So this message is for Karen. Karen wants to know, what does Spirit want me to know or do? Let's pull a card and we'll see. So this is the Moon card. And before I selected the card, I was hearing two words, or three words, the chakra system. I was hearing the chakra system. So Karen, are you delving into the different teachings of the chakra system? And so I'm not necessarily just tuned into the layers of the chakras. Have you heard about the earth chakras? The earth has, there are different places on the earth that there are specific chakras that hold those energies, like Avalon and Glastonbury. That is the heart chakra of the earth. There's something about that for you. That's such an interesting message. So I want to pop down here to see if that has been kind of dropping in for you at all. I'll give you a moment there, but they're talking about, so learning about the different layers of the chakra system. And we know that there are more than 7 main chakras, right? There are minor chakras. I don't even know, there's over 100 chakras. And so I'm looking at Karen's messages. Yes, I am. I just became a level 1 Reiki practitioner. Exactly. So I'm seeing you go down this rabbit hole, this journey that's fascinating for you. So they were showing me the earth chakras, but taking the road less traveled or studied with the different energy points and centers. Okay. Okay. Yep, 144 chakras. Exactly. I just feel that this is something that is going to expand, and it's that you'll expand upon with your anchoring of this awareness. And I feel like it's going to take you down this whole other pathway that just feels so fulfilling for you. I'm going to check in on my comments. And so Sean says, thank you. You're very welcome, Sean. It's probably Sean and Gina, I would think. Anyway, okay. Back to here. So this question is from Michelle. Michelle says, "Oop, all right, that fell out, but that was the moon one, so I'm gonna have to grab it. I can't reach that far, but hold on here. Yeah, it's on a tile floor. There we go. Okay, I'm back. So this flew out. Michelle. So this is the moon card again. So with your turmoil and all that's going on, I really do believe that this moon is so important for you to anchor in the understandings of what is illusion and what is reality. And maybe there are some people around me that are on their own private Idaho, and I can't relate to them anymore. And that's where I'm hearing that's your struggle. Your struggle these days is because you're trying to connect with people where there isn't a strong reference point or likeness or alignment, and it's really exhausting for you at this time. So that's where it's like you're spinning your wheels, and there's so much effort that's being channeled towards these situations and relationships that are causing you disharmony within yourself. So this moon card popped up, and that has to do with our dreams. It has to do with illusion. And that's this Pisces moon. That's this Pisces moon. Okay. Yeah. So, let me just see what else is there for you, Michelle. So, Michelle, you have a spirit guide that wants to speak through me. So, I want to mention to everyone that when messages come through, they're coming through my higher self filter. I am not a full body channel, but I am able to share messages through my higher self filter. So, this spirit guide, Michelle, wants you to know that. Hold on here, let me tune in. That you're too busy giving it away with other people, meaning you're giving away your power, you're giving away your knowledge, you're giving away your energy, which is priceless. And you are trying to convince people that are already committed to a certain stance. And so this guide is encouraging you to cut some energy cords. Ooh, something just dropped here. Yeah, that my cord fell. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, I love this. They're on it today. This is my cord. It just fell. So yeah, so cutting some of those energy cords is going to help you at this time. You can call in Archangel Michael. You can go outside and ground. You can grab my spray, my cord cutting spray, but cutting those energy cords and asking Spirit to help you disconnect from the people, places, and things that are not supporting your highest and best good at this time, sealing your cords up with love, sealing up that energy field, your auric field, so that you're not draining energy anymore. Okay? All right. All right, so I'm just looking at my comments here. So Joe says there are 144 chakras. Yep, back to the chakras, which equals 9. Yes. And Michelle says, spot on, sister. Good. You got it. All right, I'm glad that that resonates. So let's see here. So Michelle was there. I'm going to pop on over here. All right, this is for Linda. Oh, wait, nope. Oh, wait. All right, some of these are out of order. So this is Barbara. I just lost someone very important to me. Any messages from him? He's saying, I feel like there's this military background connection because he's like, carry on, soldier on. You've got to soldier on. And that's what he's doing in the other realms. He's showing me a lot of books. So he says, I thought I knew so much. I knew nothing. So what a humbling experience. And I feel like it feels like he's making a joke about that. So I don't know if he had a really strong personality and would be like, no, this is the way it is, and like opinionated. And he's just showing me like, oh my gosh, what I thought I knew, I had no idea. And so I felt like his sense of humor is still carrying on. And this is a really interesting sign I'm getting, or a message, or the symbolism. So he's giving me the chipmunks, like Alvin, Theodore, and Simon. So there's something with the chipmunks. It could be the holiday season. It could be that someone with that one of those names, Alvin, Theodore, Simon, or he's representing the 3 males. Okay, so he says he's also getting used to being on the other side with the messages and how it all comes through. So just please be patient, Barbara, with how his spirit comes through to you and for you. It's like I'm testing out my superpowers in this way. Okay. So just try to be patient with all that. But he says in your time, give it at least a couple more months before the messages are clear and you're able to smell me more. Okay. And I'm so sorry for your loss, Barbara. I'm so sorry for your loss. Okay, so I'm going to go here to Angela. Angela's question is looking for guidance on moving. Okay, Angela wants to know any guidance on moving. So we have the Star card. So, so yes, a move is in the future, but they're showing me to not play small, to have that bucket list, your vision board, your ideal place, space, location where you would like to transition to, where you would like to move to, and hold steady with that, and not be afraid to. They're saying don't play small. Don't play small. Angela, the sign Sagittarius is really coming up. So who's the Sag? Or it could be someone is a Sagittarius, or it's in the time of Sagittarius. Okay. I'm going to wait a second for you, and we will see. It's your husband. Okay. He just needs a few things to get together. Like there are a couple of things on, because when we are in relationship or when we're co-creating with others, there is the blending of our consciousness, soul path, free will, and the other party, soul path, consciousness, and so on and so forth. So there are just a couple of things for him with manifestation on his journey that when they're in place, then it's good to go. But they're saying, they're saying to reach for the stars, right? With your star card. But I don't know if he is in a little bit of that space of, yeah, but what about this? It feels like or maybe you're tag teaming together with that. Okay. Let me just see if there's a question with Angela or a comment. So yes. And I do believe you will manifest what you are putting out there. Woo! They keep popping up, those lights. Okay. Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And Angela says, great. Thank you. We are both in the what phase. Okay, good. All right. So, Joe, here's your question. Your question is, if you feel guided to pull a card for me, no real question, but I'm curious now if it will line up with my pull from earlier. Okay. So the card I pulled was this card, which I didn't pull out of the deck. So there you go. I don't think you pulled that card, but actually that's like the guide card. So the guide card. I'm going to call it the guide card because that's what I'm hearing with your spirit guide. So with your connection and relationships with your spirit team, it feels like there is more of the intention that you have been, an effort that you've been putting forth to developing those relationships. And the card that I have for you is the Hanged Man. Well, actually, it was upside down. So let's do this way. It was upside down. So the Hanged Man. So they're encouraging you to not change, to try not to change things up too much for yourself at this time. So I feel like this is a card of the day that's been popping up, or that is going to pop up, because I scheduled them ahead of time. But this is your message, is to, or maybe it was one just recently, but it is the same message that is applying to you. It's like they want me to speak and they're like, stop talking about the card today. To continue to follow through with the trail of energy that you're on, rather than stopping and starting over. You are making progress. It's just, it may not be the shock and awe that you're experiencing all the time, that you're expecting to experience. Your guides are saying, continue to develop the relationship with us. We are making progress. There is the integration time as well, and the recalibration and getting to know each other on a more intimate level. Okay. And you're very welcome, Angie. Thank you. All right, so here is the last question. So this is Joni's. I recently was deeded some property from my parents that belonged to my ancestors. I'm excited about what potential it has, but I'm not sure if I should stay in my house or build and move there. Any advice from Spirit? Right off the bat, I was hearing to stay where you're at right now. Oh yeah, and then this is the Eight of Pentacles, which is also known as the Apprentice card. And I was hearing, this is what I was hearing before I pulled the card, was that they're going to continue to talk to you and getting to know you and you them, and it feels like there are messages and downloads and visits from your ancestors on their paths, the story, your history with your family. And now is not the time to decide what to do. Can you visit the land, Joni? Can you go visit? Can you walk the land, sit with it, and just hang tight a little bit? They're saying now is not the time to sell it, but I actually feel like you will build, though, on it. But you need to do more research. There still needs to be more information coming through. I feel like you do want to go there, but take your time with this and feel into the land. What is the land telling you? And is this a good move? And what type of home and what do I want to put on this property? What do I want to anchor on this property? Okay, so yeah, I think you probably will decide to move into the direction of building on that land. All right, let's see here. So I'm just I'm gonna look at some of the comments, and someone had commented, I love all the jumping cards and the cord falling. Isn't that crazy, right? Even I am shocked and surprised at some of the things that pop up here. I don't know. You think I would be immune to it, but absolutely not. That's where they're like, oh yeah, cue the cord falling. We need dramatic effect. So then Joe says, oh my God, perfect. This is the first ha 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 ha. And yeah, I pulled the hangman earlier in the middle spot earlier today, and waiting is the hardest part. Yeah, it's like, I want it now. And they're like, no, you need to integrate it. It needs to, the alignments, the understanding, the ascension codes need to be woven into your beingness. All right, everybody. So thank you so much for your questions. And what I'm going to do is, I know there were a ton more questions I was not able to get to, but I do want to work with this gorgeous Water Temple Oracle deck. And I'm going to select 3 cards. And you are going to select one of them for your message for this week. So it's 1, 2, or 3. And this deck is by Susie Cherub. 1, 2, or 3. Which one is calling to you? You're welcome, Judy. Thank you. 1, 2, or 3. Which one is calling to you? Do you feel a chord, a connection with? And this first one, I've been to this space. Lovely. In fact, I was in the private space of this space with a private event. And this is the White Spring. It's release. I let go with peace. I let go with peace. And this is in Glastonbury. The flow words are purify, cleanse, and surrender. The White Spring is a candlelit temple beneath the Glastonbury Tor. It's less than 100 meters from the Chalice Well. The White Spring Sanctuary is cared for and dedicated by volunteers and guardians. This water temple is a sacred space for profound personal reflection, ritual, and ceremony. There's a powerful presence of the divine feminine here. Sacredness is infused with the walls and water of the temple spirit. Work with the pure energy of the White Spring to fully feel and heal any grief. There's a rebirth. The rebirth springs from sweet surrender. Honor your emotions to release hurtful attachments and make sense of painful endings. Self-compassion brings alchemical healing that transforms pain and peace. So you have, if you chose number 1, it is the White Spring. So release, which is perfect for this moon. All right, if you chose the second one, it is Rosa Mystica. I open my heart to abiding love. The flow words are trust, comfort, and optimism. So let me see. Reading the part that has the italics. Mother Mary's titles include Rosa Mystica and Mystical Rose. Mary epitomizes the mystical qualities of the rose. grace, divine femininity, and spiritual enlightenment. The pink rose in particular symbolizes hope, pure love, and compassion. After reported apparitions of Our Lady, wild pink roses are said to grow out of seemingly nowhere, out of season, in rock crevices, and even dry, arid areas. To fully open your sacred heart to bloom with love, devote a humble prayer to Rosa Mystica. Amen. So that's that divine presence. If you chose number 3, you have the goddess Boan, power and I fill my cup. This is on the cover of the deck. So the flow words are empower, strengthen, and expand. Boan is the Celtic goddess of flowing waters, intuition, writing, creativity, and wisdom. She stimulates she stimulates ingenuity by clearing and opening the mind to streams of intuitive awareness. In Celtic mythology, goddess Boan formed the river Boyne, by Boyne, by spinning the veil of wisdom counterclockwise, causing the water to spiral upwards and surge down to the sea. Conjure intuitive magic with Boan for a renewed sense of creative purpose and passion. I might work with her. All righty. All righty, everyone. So hopefully, I know I didn't get to everyone, but hopefully you received some guidance or healing, or that the portal of wisdom and light that was created here will continue to flow with you and anchor in your field of awareness and help you with receiving messages of healing and guidance and support as is needed. So I thank all of you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And again, if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, be sure to do so, because we've got a really gorgeous May Bond workbook that's going to be sent out through the email. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Have a great week. Have a blessed week, and we will see you soon. Namaste.